welcome to Paper Tales, the Art of Origami. I am Ritu. I am so excited to be your host for today's session. Origami isn't just about paper folding, it's about unlocking creativity, revealing stress, and having fun. We'll learn some amazing techniques today and maybe even discover a new hobby. So now let me introduce the star of our session, Shubham Mathur. Shubham is an assistant teaching associate in computer science at MBM University, Jodhpur. But his true passion lies in origami. He's been folding papers in childhood and started designing his own model in 2020, focusing on figurative design with color and pattern changes. He has conducted many workshops nationally and internationally. Today he is here to guide us in creating magic with the paper. So grab your paper and get comfortable. Let's dive in. Over to you, Shubham.
Thank you so much, Ritu, for such a lovely introduction. And good afternoon to everyone. My name is Shubham Mathur, and I believe some of you might have seen me because I have appeared second time for taking a workshop with Etika, and it was a pleasure last time also, and I believe this time it's going to also be a rocking session. So, the workflow of this session or webinar will go like this. I will just give you a brief introduction about origami, its benefits, why you should do it, and its application areas for 15 minutes. Not a big PPT, I will not bore you. And then we will move on to the hands-on session in which I will teach you live how to fold. Okay. So just let me quickly share my screen. Paper Tales, the art of origami. I believe every one of you have done origami, though you may not recognize it with name. Every one of us have folded paper airplanes and boards in our childhood, in our classrooms, and that is nothing but origami. The art of paper folding. This is origami. By definition, these are the contents which I'm going to cover. And by definition of origami, it is a Japanese word which means in which ori means folding and gami means paper. So the word literally translates to folding paper. Now many people misunderstand it with paper craft. In paper craft, you are allowed to do anything. Use as many sheets of paper as you want, cut and paste accordingly. This is not the case in origami. As you can read in the definition, it is transforming a flat sheet into intricate shapes without cutting. All you need to do is folding, which becomes more challenging than paper craft, but also much more engineered, much more mathematical, and much more creative. Now, this art itself is very, very old. It actually began in China, but when the Chinese people spread their invention of paper across the continents, then Japan popularized it. Hence, we know it by a Japanese word origami. It was initially used for ceremonial purposes, but later it became a form of leisure and artistic expression. However, nowadays origami is beyond paper. It has now spread worldwide, inspiring mathematicians, engineers, and artists, and we'll quickly see how. Okay. I will, I have included a story, but I will share it at the end. Why? I will tell you later. First of all, we will see the man who popularized origami. That's why we are able to do it right now. He's a Japanese guy. He was rather, his name was Akira Yoshizawa. He is known as the Grand Master of Origami because he is the guy who has popularized the art of origami globally. He has folded more than 50,000 origami models. And on his 101st birthday, Google made a doodle, which you can see in the image here on the right hand side, on 14th March 2012 as a commemorate his birthday. Now, so Google made a doodle to memorize Mr. Yoshizawa on his 101st birthday. He was that popular. Now, why this guy became so popular? Not because he was grandmaster. He has invented a way to popularize origami and to propagate the instructions to make different models. We call these instructions as origami diagrams. In the next slide, I have shown you what are origami diagrams. These things. Like the model which we are going to fold today, an origami crane. Now you must have folded or done some paper craft by some video tutorials. Okay, that is the most basic form of instructions which you can see. But for not every model, we can have a video. They are large, they are difficult to store and manage. But diagrams are a thing which go step by step like this, which you can see in the image, how a square paper is being transformed by the folding instruction into the model. Now, these things are the majority, these things cover a majority of instructional area in the world of origami. Many of us learn many of the models by these diagrams only and not videos. However, they are, most of them are not beginner friendly because they include some terminologies, some different symbols of folding and sequences, which might not be understood by a beginner. So I recommend to first learn by videos and then move towards these things. Okay. Now moving to the part like why you should do origami or what are its benefits. First of all, origami is an art which is very good for your brain. It enhances many of your mental skills, creative skills, and I've listed them here. I've listed them here. It improves your hand and eye coordination. It develops the motor and visual skill in children. It enhances your math skill. Why? Because origami mainly comprises of visual maths, geometry, symmetry, fractions, and ratios. These all things help in building an origami model. You will see when we will fold that we divide a paper, we bisect angles. Now, if we start doing origami, we can visually implement all these concepts of geometry in our day-to-day life. So it enhances your math skills, visual math skills to be precise. It improves your mental health by improving memory power, developing attention and concentration. Now, how? Like simple models can be made in 5 to 10 minutes, but when you move towards more intermediate or complex models, you will have to sit for longer periods of time. There will be many steps involved. You have to memorize each and every step. It will improve your patience levels and increase your attention span. So it is also good for mental health regarding these things. It calms the mind as it is very relaxing. It is a creative activity, and once the model is made, it gives a great sense of achievement and joy. And last but not the least, it is a highly cost effective hobby. Why? Because all you need is a sheet of paper to get started. Like, not to buy those brushes, paints, canvas, and everything. All you need is a square sheet or an A4 size sheet, and you can start. Cool. Now, I have told you that origami nowadays has moved beyond paper, like really beyond. It has reached space, robotics, medical field. How? I am just showing you some examples to give you a glimpse. Like, have you seen satellites and the solar panel on satellites are shown in this image below? When a satellite is launched in space, the panel is not open because it cannot be. It will hinder the process of going up. So the entire panel is compressed inside the satellite body by folds, folding principles. And where do we got these folding principles? From origami. So the panel is compressed and folded based on angles, geometry, and all that. When the satellite reaches the space, then it opens up completely, it unfolds. So this is how origami is useful in space, space telescopes, satellite, solar panel arrays, and many stuff. Coming to medical field, have you heard about heart stents? Like it was very difficult previously to operate surgery and to open the arteries or veins wherever there was blockage. Now we have these stents, which is seen on the left image. These are compressed using the folding principle, and they are simply inserted into the artery via surgery, and then they can get opened to remove any blockages. So this is again by virtue of the folding principles we have got. On the right hand side of image, we have a guy. His name is Manu Prakash, an Indian origin guy. He developed this foldable telescope. Foldable, again, the concept of origami. Now, why a foldable telescope? Sorry, microscope, because the microscopes are very bulky, they are difficult to handle and manage and also very delicate and costly. So this guy has a vision that he create a portable cheap alternative to that, which is also easy to handle, manage, and hence his creation. It was very amazing creation. You can Google it to learn more about it. Foldable microscope by Mr. Manu Prakash. Then last application which I will be covering over here, the architecture. Buildings, it's not just about interior design, but also structural strength can be also enhanced by origami folds. Foldable self-adjusting home as shown in there, this tent, it can easily fold and unfold like this because of origami folding principles. This lampshade, which is inspired by a interior decoration design based on origami folds, is also very creative and looks good. So origami is also incorporated in architecture like these. Apart from that, self-assembling robots, product design, and much more, origami is now everywhere. Many research papers and engineering practices are incorporating its principles in daily to daily life. Okay. Now, what we will learn today, 3 to 4 models I have decided for you because the Christmas has just passed, but the holiday season vibe is still here. We will learn to fold the basic Santa as seen in the image here. Then the organizers requested me that I can help you with the New Year decor and stuff like that. So other models which I have decided on are these, the origami crane and these light shades, which we can incorporate or integrate with a fairy light system to give a really creative glow. I will show you how in the next image. This was the decor I did for Diwali. I have suspended some fairy lights to the ceiling and using the fan in my room. And then I have just covered each of light with a different kind of origami structure, like flowers, hearts, balls, which you can see in the figure. And when you switch on the light, it creates something magical. So we will learn these things. And now for the story, the last part of the PPT which I have left behind. First of all, can you see these cranes? The diagrams of the same model which we have seen previously. These cranes are very important figure in origami. They are a symbol of hope, new beginnings, and traditions. Why? Because there is a very strong story associated with them. With this will be the last part of my PPT. I will narrate that story to you, and then we will move on to the folding session. Okay. So the story is known as Senbazuru. It is a Japanese word which translates to thousand origami cranes. Now, what is this story about? This story is about a young girl, a very young girl, age of 12. She passed away at the age of 12, actually. Her name was Sadako Sasaki. She was a young girl who survived the Hiroshima atomic bombing during World War II, but developed leukemia due to the radiation exposure of the bombs, and she was later hospitalized. Now, the girl, she knew about this legend of Senba Zuru because it was a very popular legend in Japan. What was this legend? This legend says that if one person folds 1000 origami cranes, then gods will grant any one of their wish because the crane was, thought of a symbol of hope and it was very lucky and precious thing. So, inspired by this legend, she started folding 1000 cranes. She wanted to get cured. Natural. But despite her illness, she was hospitalized, she was bedridden, but she folded over 600 cranes. If I remember correctly, it was, to be precise, 644 or something. However, due to chronic illness and her weakness, she was not able to fold more. And after 640 or so, she passed away, sadly, at the age of 12. Now, her classmates, friends, and family members in her honor completed the remaining amount and prayed for her rest to soul, for her soul to rest in peace. Quite a sad story, but this demonstrates that the cultural significance of origami has been there from past times and it still stands. So it is customary for every good occasion, such as New Year or other things, that people will fold these origami cranes. Their goal is to fold 1000, however, we cannot fold 1000, but they just fold many cranes and decorate it like this, as shown in this image. The arrays of cranes and all, they look beautiful. So these are the models which I have planned for today. And if the time permits, this was by, I was doing some photography. It looks good. You can also try that in your office or in your workspace or with your family members. This is a thing which you can even continue after the workshop. You have learned to fold a module. Fold many module with your colleagues, friends, or family members and assemble them creatively. That is my goal, right? So, if the time permits, the one last model which I have decided is a modular Christmas tree. This model requires you to make same kind of things from different sized papers, and then you just assemble them to create a greater thing. Now, if the time would be limited, I will just quickly fold it so that you can watch the recorded session later and make it yourself. All right, with that, now my presentation is over. If you liked it and want to learn more stuff after this workshop, more intermediate level things and all, you can watch my YouTube channel. The QR code is over here. Now, I request all of you to get your paper sheets ready, and I will just move on to the hands-on session. I will quickly take 2 minutes to assemble everything and switch the camera to my workspace. And meanwhile, you guys can get your paper sheets ready. I have requested everyone to have A4 size sheets in case you are not having square papers. If you are having colored square papers, well and good. If you are having A4 size sheets, then don't worry. I will quickly demonstrate how to cut a square from an A4 size sheet. Okay, so I have to disable the virtual background first. And everyone, quickly give me a thumbs up if you are ready with your papers. And I can know that you are not sleeping and attending the session as well. So these are the models which we are going to fold today. Christmas tree for the last, the Santa, the crane, and that heart-shaped light shade. Okay. So for those people who are not having a square paper but are having A4 size sheets like this, first you have to follow me to cut a square quickly. Okay. So there is one smaller side and there is one larger side, right? We need to fold the smaller side towards the larger side like this. You will get something like this. Now what we need to do is we need to cut this redundant portion, this rectangular portion, and we will obtain a square. So everyone with the A4 size sheets can cut it down. You can use a scale or a scissor, whatever you prefer. And the result will be a perfect square easily obtained from an A4 size sheet. All right. And those who are already having square papers, well and good. First, we will fold this Santa Claus. It is a two-piece model.
Hi Shubham, sorry to disturb you.
Yeah,
Kirti
yeah.
has some doubt. I am allowing her to speak.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Hello,
Kirti, you can
Kirti.
speak. Kirti, you can unmute and speak.
We need how many papers we required?
Uh, there are three models basically, but Santa is made from two square papers, so you need at least four papers.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. That's
Okay,
it.
no issues. All right. So I will begin with the paper. I'm taking two red colored papers, red on one side and white on the other side. Why? Because you can see that in the model, there are two colors, red and white combination as Santa's dress. So for effective color changes to appear, we require a paper of this kind. If you are not having it right now, no issues. Hold it with any paper and then when you have that paper, watch the recorded session. These kinds of paper are known as kami, by the way, Kami, colored on one side, white on the other side. Okay, so we will now begin. You need to follow along. I will go step by step. First of all, we will make this body portion, the lower portion. For that purpose, fold the paper in half, both horizontally and vertically, and keep the white side up when you are with the colored papers. Otherwise, keep any side up, no issues. So I'm folding it half like this, vertically, open, and now fold it in half horizontally, like this. Okay, open completely. Now watch very carefully. We need to divide paper into halves. First of all, I will fold this upper edge to this central crease line we just made. A terminology alert. Whenever we fold paper, the line which is made, it is known as a crease. I will be using the word crease repeatedly throughout the session. These are corners, these are edges, and these are the creases. So we need to fold the topmost edge towards the central crease line, not completely, just enough to make a pinch in between here. We just need an indication, a pinch. We do not need to fold it completely. Once you unfold, you will get a mark over here. I am highlighting it with a pencil. Now repeat the step two more times. Topmost edge towards this new crease line we just made. And a pinch. Like this. We get another one. Now turn your paper over to the red side. Now I need to fold this top edge completely to this new crease line I just made, the third one. One, two, three. Three crease lines are there. I need to fold the topmost edge completely to the third line, like this. Complete fold, something like this. I hope my instructions are clear. If you want me to repeat any step, just unmute yourself and let me know. Is everybody with me till here? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. And we need to repeat the same process below. First of all, fold this bottom edge towards the central line and make a pinch. Fold again and make a pinch. And this time, turn the paper over and completely fold the bottom edge towards this crease line. Kirti has again raised a hand. Is there any more question? Okay. The result should look like this. One white line on the top and one white line on the bottom. Okay. Now turn the paper over. What we need to do is fold the right and left edges to the central crease line like this. Fold them to the central crease line, both right and left sides. Origami is all about symmetry. So whatever step I'm going to do in this side will also be done most of the time on the other side. Like this. Your result should look like this. Okay. Now, what I need to do is I need to make a fold like this, connecting 2 points. First of all, this corner, if you can see, and this corner along with this point, the point at the very center where the central line is appearing. I need to fold such that these 2 points connect. Let me first fold it and then I will show you what I mean by that. I am folding this thing down. How? By such that when I fold, the crease line should connect first this point and this point, starting from here at the center. So from center till this corner, I am folding this flap down. I can repeat the same on the other side because symmetry, like this. And one more step, our body is going to be ready. What we need to do is fold this portion downwards slightly midway here, something like this. There is no actual reference point for it. You just have to fold this flap downwards at somewhere at the center over here. The result should look like this. The body is ready. As you can see in this center, mine is slightly bigger because I'm using a bigger paper so that you all can easily see the steps, right? You can fold the model vertically in half like that to make sure it stands. And now we will make the head. Is everyone with me till here? Give me a thumbs up. Any kind of reactions? Okay. Now take another paper of the same kind because we are going to make head of the center. For this, first of all, keep the red colored side up. fold this paper diagonally. That means one corner to the other corner. Fold it completely. The result should look like this. Now hold the paper like this in shape of a kite. Now what we did there, we need to repeat it again, but like this. First of all, fold one opposite corner this time. First of all, we connected these two corners. Now we need to connect these two corners like this, but just a pinch. We just need a pinch to get a crease in the middle. It might be hardly visible on the red paper, red side of the paper. And now we need to repeat the steps on both top and the bottom part. Do this 3 times. We need to fold the corner to this crease like we did for the body and make a pinch. We need to again do that and make a pinch. So we have 3 creases, 1, 2, and 3. Now I need to fold this corner to this last third pinch completely. Like this. Getting the point? Repeat the same step on the topmost part. We are basically dividing it in the 1/8 part of the paper. These are again fractions. Half, 1/4, 1/8. Repeat the step on the other side. Fold the topmost corner till the center. Then fold it again. This is 2 times. And the third time, fold it completely. Like this. Now what I need to do is, I need to unfold any one of these again. And if you see clearly, you can see a point of intersection here. One of this line and one of this crease line we just made. I need to fold this portion of the paper here such that I'm using this point of intersection as reference. You need not to be completely accurate. It is just for the reference. I need to fold this down. How much? Till this point. In case you are not getting this step, I will repeat it on the other side, so don't worry. I'll keep it here for easiness. Yeah. So this is how the result should look like. Should I repeat again this step? Anyone? Okay, I guess everyone got it. Same thing I need to do on the other side. I need to fold this downwards using this point of reference. Like this. Fold this portion again completely, and you will get something like this. Now, rotate the paper like this such that this triangle is on the top, and turn the paper over on the right side or the other side. Now what I need to do is, I need to fold this paper, this side like this, somewhere in the middle. There is no reference point. It should be just slightly ahead of the central crease line. Like this. See, this is the central crease line and our fold is just a bit ahead over there. It can take 2 to 3 times for beginners because I have the sense of approximation. I am basically dividing this session into 3 equal parts. It is not necessary, but if it is completely accurate, then it would look good. So what I've done here is, I folded this portion to this side, slightly above the central crease line. And I need to repeat the same process over here and fold it along till this end. So you can now see the cap is being prepared of the center, right? and I will fold completely till here. Now, fold this topmost flap downwards, something around here where this white portion is starting. Well, it needs not to be here only. You can use your own kind of imagination. If you want cap up like this, you can do that. I want it downwards, so I'm folding it like this, using this point of reference and flattening. One last step is to do is turn the paper over and fold the bottom part slightly up like this, very slightly. So that just sufficient enough to have a shape this big, shape of head. And again fold it downwards, leaving very little portion here behind. Let me bring it closer to the camera. I am folding it downward again, like this. If I unfold, you can see the crease, right? So first I folded up and now I'm folding slightly down. This will make a small beard of our center, like this. Again, fold in half vertically so that everything aligns well and is locked. The Santa is ready. All you need to do is take the body and apply Fevicol on this beard part and align the head with this body to get the complete Santa. It can stand also like this. You can make face or you can even stick eyeballs or whatever you want. It's very simple and it looks cute. Also, if you make a smaller one, it can also be used as a finger puppet for kids. Your kids will enjoy it like this. So this was a warm-up model for the workshop. So everyone has folded it yet? Or do you have any doubts? Please raise your hands. Ritu, can you let me know, is everything going on fine? My audio and video?
Yes, yes. Perfect.
Okay, great, great, great. So I believe everybody has folded this. In case you are not able to follow along with my pace, the session is being recorded for you all. Don't worry. You can anytime watch it again.
You can
So,
watch it in YouTube also.
okay, that's great. Yeah. So this was my first model. Now we will move on to the crane. Okay. This is from one paper only, a pure origami thing. So everyone get your paper sheets ready, a square paper. And if you're having A4 size, then quickly cut the square. Here I'm having a pack of some kami papers. The original ones look like this, all colored on one side and white on the other side. You can easily get things like these from any stationery stores. The standard size is 15 cross 15 semi. Most of these models, the simple models, are made using these. Okay, I'll use this paper for the crane. Okay, is everyone ready? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, Kirti. You have raised hand. Do you have any doubt or was that a thumbs up? Okay. Now, again, color on one side, white on the other side. So keep the white side up this time. Now, we need to again fold the model in half horizontally and vertically. So I'm folding that. This model is a bit trickier than the Santa. I am upgrading the level in this one. So fold it in half vertically, unfold, and fold it horizontally like this. And unfold. You will get a plus symbol. Now I need to fold one diagonal. So bring this corner on this corner and fold.
Kirti, do you have any questions? You have raised your hand.
I think she forgot it. Yeah. So
Guys,
this
I
is,
hope you all are doing this.
yeah, I hope so. Okay. So, yeah, we have just folded this diagonal. Now keep the paper like this and fold this corner till the other corner. Like, I mean, dividing this triangle in half diagonally. You will get something like this. An isosceles triangle, the largest side at the bottom and the equal ones opposite to each other. Now, pay attention. If you see, there is a pocket here. When I insert my thumb in this pocket, the paper will automatically start taking its form like this when I try to flatten it. Why? Because we already made the creases we need. So paper will just obey along the creases. So what I did is I folded this in half like this. Now I need to open this pocket and flatten it from the top like this. So I will just quickly do that. Paper will naturally get in shape according to what I want to do because of the creases. So you will get a small square like this. We need to repeat this same process on the other side. So turn the paper over. You can see this triangle, this pocket. Insert your hand inside. Like first of all, you need to adjust this crease. Fold it, this triangle on the other side like this first. Like this. So that now it remains on top. Now you can clearly see the pocket and how you need to flatten it. So just flatten it along so that it perfectly superimposes the back side like this. This was a bit tricky. Let me repeat it again so that those people who were not able to understand can get it. This was my initial position. I'm holding paper like this, okay? This is the pocket. Flatten it from the top and shape it like this, crease it. Turn the paper over, fold this flap from right side to the left side or the other side, whichever side you are having it, like this. And now do the same with this pocket. Flatten it from the top. You will get a smaller square. Okay. Now pay attention to the position. The side from which the square is open should be at the bottom, and the closed side, this one, should be at the top. You should hold it in this position. Now what I need to do is I need to fold this edge towards this central crease line. How? Like this. This should be the result. If I unfold it, you can see the crease. I have folded this edge towards this central crease line. Now I have three more flaps, 1 and 2 and 3. I need to fold all three of them to the central line, like just like this flap. So I'm just folding along. Two on one side are done. Now turn the paper over and fold these two in the same way we did behind. This is the third one and this is the fourth. You should get something like this. Now there is a triangle on the top, this triangle. Fold this triangle downwards along this line, the line just made by these flaps. Fold it down. Now unfold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We just wanted these creases So I made those creases, unfolded it. Now another tricky step, the last tricky step of this section, this crane. Other steps are easy. I need to pull or basically open this up along this line we just made, like this. And now if you see, I am trying to flatten it from right and left. So the paper will naturally follow from the crease lines we just made. Something like this. Let me repeat again. This was my initial position. I am opening this up. At the same time, I want to flatten the paper from right and left sides like this. This is known as a petal fold in origami because it looks like a petal, the end result. Okay. So fold one side first, flatten one side first, and then flatten the other side. This should be the result. And as usual, I need to repeat this on the other side. So turn the paper over like this and pull this pocket up along this line and do the same thing. Up, then flatten from right and left. The result should look like this. Now we are 3 steps away from making the crane. It's going to be finished. Now there are 1, 2, and 3 triangles on the up, 2 at the downside. These 2 flaps are at the downward side. These wings and things are at the upward side. Okay, hold it like this. This should be down, these should be up. Now repeat the same process just like we did before. What? Fold the edges towards the center line. 1, 2, and backside 3 and 4. First, see how I am doing it, then you follow along. I am folding this edge towards the central line. Be accurate with this one. I have successfully folded one side. You can see. Now repeat on the other 3 sides. Two, turn the paper over. 3 and 4th. This should be the result. Something like this. Now these 2 things are going to become wings. This is going to become head and this is going to become tail. How? We will see in a few steps. Okay. Now what I need to do is fold this flap to right to expose this side. In the same way, the backward flap to the left to expose this flap. Something like this. What I did is basically, I changed the faces. I have these 2 faces on the opposite end. I am just folding 2 flaps to hide these faces and to reveal the hidden faces. Now the model is looking like this. Okay. I believe this is clear. This was the initial position and now I am here. Now fold these 2 bottom flaps till the topmost point over here. As far as it goes. It will go till here. Fold it up. Repeat on the other side. Fold it up. Flatten it properly. It should look like this. Now again, reveal those faces initially which were present, folding everything in vertically half. Something like this. This was my initial position. I've just simply folded it back like this. Now, fold this wing downwards as far as it goes. It will go till here. A triangle will be formed at the middle. This wing should also go down. Now, the wings are ready. We just need to adjust the head and tail. What I need to do is, using your one hand, hold this body. And using your other hand, just gently pull the head down, this flap down. You can go somewhere around midway here. There is no exact reference point. You can be like this, completely like this, but I am pulling this till the middle over here. Okay. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Pull, gently pull to the middle and then flatten. Now, just fold this one a bit downward, this tip a bit downward, like this from inside, to make the beak. You can see it clearly. I will give a close up. What I did was open this, fold it a bit down, and then pack it again. This will become the beak of the crane. And when you open the wings, the crane is ready. This is one of the most traditional origami, and these are the cranes which we fold in thousands of number or maybe hundreds of number for the good luck charm and all decoration. This is how they look. Now, regarding their decoration, you can simply, there is a hole over here. You can simply take a pin and a thread and you can just take it out in the strings which like in the photos I have shown you before, or you can just simply align them with the tails over here. There is a pocket, align tail to tail, paste them, and then also the string is ready. You can make as many as you like and make an array of these cranes for decorations. So this was the second model. I hope everyone was able to make it. If yes, give me a thumbs up. Or you can just quickly, show your video and show it to me. Whatever you have made till now. I guess two of them raised hands. Other was not able to make. Okay, no issues. Yeah. Okay, so people are able to make them. Great, great, great. We will do one thing in the last. We will just switch on everybody's videos and then take a quick screenshot of the folds, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, these are the cranes. Now moving on to this heart. This is basically an inflatable heart with hole in the bottom. We can insert the light from that hole and it will be, integrated with those fairy lights. And then when we turn on the lights, this heart glows, just like in the photo we have seen. This one is a simple one. It will not take much time. So moving on to that. For this one, I recommend a smaller size. Like for now, you can fold it with any square you have. But when you use it with those lights, consider a size of 10 cross 10 semi, not 15 cross 15. Smaller ones will have a smaller hole so that they can get stuck in the lights and they will not drop, right? And also small ones look better and much better in shape. Okay. So for this, I would recommend a paper which is colored from both sides. Why? Because there are no color changes involved in this. For crane also, there is a single color model, not two color model like the Santa. So for these two models, you can use any kind of paper which has same color on both sides, no issues. Also, one more thing, if you are using this heart for the purpose of that light shade, so I recommend that your paper should not be very thick. By that, because if the paper is very thick, then the light will not be reflected or passing on the other side, on the outer surface. Now, how much thickness you required? Just about the A4 size printer paper sheets we have. These sheets have perfect thickness for the light to pass. In case you want color papers, then there is a quantity which is written on paper. This is known as GSM. By GSM, what we means gram per square meter. Every kind of paper you buy, in the details, a GSM is always mentioned. How much GSM is that paper? How much thick it is? A printer paper sheet like this, which I'm talking about, is around 80 GSM. So if you are planning on making it from the color papers, make sure whichever paper you are buying, they are at least or around 80 GSM quantity to get the perfect hardness and the light effect also. Anything thicker than that would not be that visually appealing. All right, 80 GSM. Great. With that out of the way, take a paper. First of all, fold it in half again horizontally and vertically. This one is a smaller one, so I will bring it closer to the camera. Vertically and horizontally. Like this. Unfold, you will get fine plus sign in the middle. Now, fold a very small portion of this paper downwards. You can use the same principle which we do for the body of the, which we did for the body of the Santa. Fold it once, then twice, and then thrice, and then fold this edge towards this third pinch point you have just made. It is not necessary, but it ensures accuracy. Otherwise, you can just randomly fold a very small quantity till the bottom, like this. But I have taken approximation. 1/8 part of the paper I have folded down. We just have to do it on one side only this time. Okay. The result should look like this. Now, fold this fold this edge towards this bottom line here. Completely. You will see double creases. Why? Because now the height of this paper is reduced by this portion. So we will have to go slightly more downwards to fold it completely in half. Right? Now, we have two sides. One is closed and one is open. Okay. Put the open one downwards. This open thing should be downwards. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to fold this edge, the left or the right edge, towards this topmost edge. Like this. It will go all the way till up. However, it will stay a slightly away from the central crease line like this. Let me highlight the crease line for you. This is the central crease line, but our fold is slightly away from it, right? Repeat the same thing on the other side. Like this. The result should look like this. Now, what I need to do is this flap. There are two papers, two layers of paper, 1 and 2. You need to take both of them into consideration. Fold this edge till this line. Both paper layers together. Not one, but both. Both of them downwards, like this. Repeat on the other side. The result should look like this. Unfold the last step. the folds we just made. Now you can see this point, this crease line is making. This is the crease line. I need this point. I need to fold this tip, this pointed corner to this point, which is just created by the crease line. So I am folding this tip towards this point here. Can you see perfectly? Let me repeat. What I did was I folded like this. I unfolded, and now I'm folding this tip towards this point, this crease line. Simple. Repeat on the other side as well, of course. Fold the tip towards that point. Now two more steps and our heart will be ready. Now, if you see clearly, there is a pocket here, again a pocket. What I need to do is I need to insert or tuck inside these two papers inside this pocket to lock my model. So I am just using my thumb. I am opening this pocket, and from the other thumb, I am just inserting these two layers inside the pocket to lock it. Repeat on the other side. Open the pocket first, like this, and insert it. This. Yeah. Sometimes the paper just don't obey. Okay. So the model is essentially completed. Now for the final step, what we need to do is, you can see there is a hole at the bottom side here. There must be a hole like this. What you need to do is blow some air with your mouth into this hole and the heart will start taking shape. Now I cannot show it like with this camera. I'm just blowing this hole with air. When you blow, you will see it has taken the shape. It will like bend like this from the top when you blow it. When it bends, you just need to shape it, like slightly make a triangle here. Keep blowing air very lightly and very lightly, gently, basically press these parts like this below. So this is the puffed version of this heart ready. And here you will insert the light and it will work as a light shade. It is also a good idea for Valentine's Day decoration as well. Hearts. All right. Is everyone with me till here, or you want me to repeat any step? Please let me know. Okay. I believe everyone has done it, or else I hope. So we have successfully folded three models: the crane, the heart, and the Santa Claus. So these were the initial ones which I was planning. And do we still have time left, Ritu?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
will just share the link of that tree from where you can make that for the
Sure.
participants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you want to?
we all can quickly just switch on our videos and take a screenshot of everyone's folds.
Yes. Everyone can like switch on your videos. Mhm.
I'm not able to see from here, only panelists are visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, can you please turn on your videos? Mhm. I guess only panelist can turn on the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That I was thinking the participants were very active last time. What happened today? There are restrictions on the meeting. Okay.
Yes.
No issues, no issues. I
Anyone,
believe everyone enjoyed. You can
anyone
just,
has any doubts, anything, you can just raise your hand. I'll just allow you to speak.
yeah, and you can even write in the chat section so that we can know
Yes,
you're
yes.
asking. Yeah, Kirti is asking something.
Yeah,
Ankit.
it is done. So how can we comment the video? I'm unable to see the options here.
Sorry, you were not very audible. Let me raise the volume of myself. Yeah, can you repeat again, please?
Yeah, we are completed, so but I'm unable to see the video option, so that's why.
Oh,
Yeah, I also wanted to see everyone's models, but yeah, any question you would like to ask me about origami or the models or any feedback you can submit. I would be happy to know.
so meanwhile, thank you so much, Shubhan, for sharing your passion and talent with us today. It's been amazing to see you how simple piece of paper can transfer into something so creative and meaningful. And thank you everyone who have joined and participated actively. And I'm so sorry that video option we have turned off at this session today. So you all made this session very special, and I hope you have good Merry Christmas and wishing a very happy new year, and we'll see you in the next year session.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for taking interest in joining this session. Thanks to Ethika for giving me this opportunity again. And I wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Happy New Year in advance.
Yeah, thank you, Shubham, and thanks for
Thank you. Thank you, Ritu, for coordinating. You were lovely.
you.
Okay, so I guess we should leave.
Yes, yes, I so.
Okay, bye, everyone. Thank you.